Hey there, good people. My name is Scott, and you are watching Sword and Shield Studio. Right now, we are going to learn some useful keyboard shortcuts for DaVinci Resolve that will help you edit your videos faster. Right, let's get right into it. So first on the list, you can navigate between different pages in DaVinci Resolve by using Shift and the number keys on your keyboard. With Shift 2 through 8, you can navigate between the Media, Cut, Edit, Fusion, Color, Fairlight, and Deliver pages. Shift 1 will open your Project Manager, and Shift 9 will open your project settings. This one's very useful for getting around Resolve quickly. One of the quickest ways to import media into your project is by hitting Control-I on your keyboard. This will open a file browser where you can open whatever file you want to bring in, and just like that, it's imported into your project. Once you have media in your project, you may want to organize it in bins. You can create new bins by left-clicking your media pool to make it active and hit Control-Shift-N. And you see we got a new bin, just like that. If you want to rename media, the keyboard shortcut is the same as it is to rename files in Windows, F2. After you've double-clicked a media file to bring it into your source viewer, you may want to set in and out points to select a range of footage to bring into your timeline instead of the entire clip. You can do this with I and O on your keyboard, respectively. This is the start of doing a basic 3-point edit, which you can learn more about in the video linked at the top. One of the more common ways to bring media into your timeline is by inserting it. You can do this either by dragging a clip from your source viewer to your timeline viewer, or you can do this by hitting F9 on your keyboard. And you see it's inserted it where our playhead was in the timeline. This is just one of a number of edit operations available in Resolve. Click the link at the top of the video if you're interested in learning about the rest. Control-T will add what is set as your standard transition at the edit point between clips that you have selected on your timeline. So what I'll do is I'll left-click to select the edit point there and hit Control-T, and it will add what is set as my standard transition. How can I check what my standard transition is? Well, you go to your effects library. Close the media pool, go to video transitions, and you'll see this red bar next to cross dissolve. That means that's set as my standard transition. And you could change what your standard transition is by right-clicking any of the video transitions here and hit set as standard transition from the drop down. So now when I select the edit point and hit Control-T, it sets it as that eye iris that I selected. You can zoom to fit your entire timeline on the screen by hitting Shift-Z on your keyboard. And if you hit Shift-Z again, it will return to your previous zoom level. This is handy for taking a glance at your entire project if you need to. Sometimes using the mouse is easier, but you can scrub through your timeline by using J, K, and L on your keyboard. J will play in reverse, K will pause, and L will play forward. You can hit J or L multiple times to speed up the playback in either direction. Additionally, if you select an edit point and hit / on your keyboard, you can review that edit point within a few seconds. I'll hit K to pause, hit / again. You see, this is a quick way to review a specific cut on your timeline. There are 3 different modes you will switch between often when you are editing a big project: Selection Edit Mode, Trim Edit Mode, and Razor Edit Mode, which each come in handy at different times while you're editing. You can switch between them by hitting A for Selection Edit, T for Trim Edit, and B for Razor Edit. And you can get to them from this menu as well, but it's a lot quicker to use the keyboard shortcuts. Trim Edit Mode in specific has a lot of great uses for tweaking clips, which you can find more about in the video linked in the card at the top. You can create markers to make notes or indicate specific points you want to return to make changes by hitting M on your keyboard. You see that added a marker here. Or you can hit Control M and it will bring up a prompt where you can name the marker, add notes, keywords, and change the color if you'd like. You can flag footage by selecting a clip on your timeline and hitting G on your keyboard. Flagging a clip will automatically flag each clip that shares the same source footage, so just keep that in mind when you're working with flags. There's a video linked at the top where you can learn a few practical ways you can use markers and flags in your work. Well, that does it for this tutorial. I hope that after watching this video you were able to pick up a few keyboard shortcuts to utilize in your work in DaVinci Resolve. These are just a few of the most common ones that I use. There's many more out there. If you know of any that you use frequently that I did not mention in this video, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to learn about them. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel where I upload a DaVinci Resolve video like this one every week. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.